Another failed attempt by the bears to take the market to the downside. Hey there, Tamir from FIBONACCI-Traders.com, your daily market recap. Like, subscribe, and let's see the charts. SPY into 65 minutes, this is how it looks. We opened the day below the 526.87, and in the first 4 hours of the day, we just bounced between the 525 and the 527 to the upside until bulls had enough. In the fifth hour, bulls woke up, took the market all the way to the 530, and this is how it ended. The daily ended with an inside candle below the 529. The 529, it was very important area of support. Now in the past 2-3 trading days, very tough resistance. The positive side, we are bullish on all time frames on the SPY, holding above the 525, the upper border of the yellow zone. Another day and the bulls will break up above. We will see new all-time highs and 545 to the upside. Can we get 545 by the end of June? Let me know in the comments below. Another 3% gains during June for the SPY. Never say never. QQQ, same thing. If we zoom into the 65 minutes, this is how it looks. In the first 4 candles of the 65 minutes, we just bounced between the 450 and the 453, and then bulls had enough. In the fifth candle, took the market to the upside, 0.6% on the fifth candle, and this is how it ended. Inside candle, bears had their chance. Now it's all about the bulls. Another daily close above the 455, and we are heading towards the 460, and maybe by the end of June, 475. Another almost 5% to the upside on the QQQ by the end of June. Never say never. Bulls are strong. Bullish sentiment on all time frames for the bulls, for the QQQ. Dow Jones continue its, we can say, bounce back, but as you can see, the lower border of the yellow zone, the 388 area, very tough resistance. This is why I always say, put the FTI in your chart and you will have everything that you need. Support, resistance, buy signal, multi-time frames. And as you can see, the yellow zone is the most important area of support and resistance. Once again, proves itself as a major resistance. The lower border of the yellow zone, the 388. On the other side, the positive side, we are back on bullish on all time frames on the Dow Jones. Let's see, can we close the week inside and above the 388? We still have 3 trading days to this week. Anything can happen. Never be biased. And we're also inside this channel. Last time we went all the way up to the 400. Can we get this bounce by the end of June? Can we get 400 new all-time highs on the Dow, just a little higher than 3% gains? Anything can happen. Let me know in the comments below what you think, where the overall market is taking us by the end of June. We just started 2 trading days in June, looking good, except the IWM, 1.3% to the downside, relative weakness on the IWM. Look at the yellow zone, acting as a very tough resistance, now breaking below the 201. We said in the past few trading days that this gap at the 200 needs to get filled as soon as possible, and the sooner the better, and then the IWM, the Russell 2000 bulls will have their power back, maybe touch at the 199, maybe in the 196, and then next leg up. For now, IWM bulls are nowhere to be found. We are under a bearish sentiment on the IWM. Bitcoin, for the time that I'm recording this video, reaching slowly this red trend line. Can we get a break up and above, a daily close above it, and we are heading towards new all-time highs on the Bitcoin. This is how it looks on the 4 hours. I always like to look on the Bitcoin on the 4 hours chart. As you can see, this red trend line goes back to middle of March, and since then, each and every time Bitcoin price tries to break above it. It's getting rejected. Now let's see if this time 1, 2, 3, fourth time will be the charm, or should we wait for the fifth time? For now we are still below the red line, but overall bullish on all time frames and the Bitcoin. Bitcoin for now looking strong, just inch away from all-time highs. 4% on Bitcoin from all-time highs. It can be in the next 10 minutes or so. Ethereum, look at this. Ethereum trying to break above this trend line, this short trend line, but overall Ethereum looking good above the 3750 area. This area holding strong support since middle of May. Now let's see if Ethereum's bulls can break above the 3850. This area, the 3850, is a very tough resistance. Above it, we will see 3967 and then 4260 and 4622 on the 4 hours chart. This is how it looks. As you can see, higher highs. We can take trend line that shows us the higher lows, but all this area, the 3840 is a very tough resistance. All you need to do is put the FTI in your chart. Let's make it a little bit wider. Now, as you can see, we are inside the yellow zone, the 3837 area. Very tough resistance. Look how the FTI gives you everything that you need. Just one click away, all the support and resistance for future price action. MAGS, the Magnificent 7 ETF, inside a red uptrend channel, struggling with the all-time highs, not surprisingly. Sorry, all-time highs. It's always a very difficult resistance, breaking up and above, and we will see continuation all the way to 4614. Overall, as long as this ETF, the Magnificent 7 ETF, is inside this red channel, the way is up. SOXX, once again, trend lines proves themselves as the true support and the roadmap for price action. As long as SOXX is holding above this red line, the way is up. Although we have ourselves 3 out of 4 time frames, we are bearish on the 65, on the 4 hours, and on the daily. Why? Because as we can see, since May 28th, each and every candle that goes by, we have lower highs and lower lows. We are already more than six candles going to the downside. But overall, on the weekly, we are still bullish. Let's see, can SOXX break above this 233 and close at least Wednesday and Thursday above it. Like, subscribe, don't go anywhere. We have a new section coming up. Microsoft trying to bounce back, but once again getting rejected by the upper border of the yellow zone, the 416 area. In the past 3 trading days, very tough resistance. The 410, the 50% retracement, important support. Can we get Microsoft breaking up and above? And then we will see 423 and new all-time highs at the 433, breaking below the 410, 405, and then this gap at the 399 will get filled. Nvidia is next. Nvidia just surpassed Apple by its weight in the S&P 500. Yes, Nvidia surpassed Apple on the S&P 500 weight. Nvidia is on its way to the 1277 and then 1412. We can take Fibonacci, the FTI, a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. A little bit tighter. We want to catch this one over here. This is the recent low, recent high. Now the 1100 is the support. Below it we still have this gap that needs to get filled, but Nvidia, like Nvidia, likes to make new all-time highs, and now 1240 and 1341 are next in line. Apple, third in line Who would thought so? But Apple still inside this uptrend channel. The 192 is the support, struggling, but slowly grinding up into the 195, breaking up and above, and we will see 200 and 204.7 new all-time highs on Apple. Overall, as long as Apple is inside this uptrend channel, the way is up, bullish on all time frames. AMD, another day, 2.2% to the downside. Still, let's take Fibonacci to the 34 area. Swing low, swing high, breaking inside the yellow zone. Bearish on all time frames. Everybody's asking me, what about AMD? Don't ask me. Even if you don't know how to read candlesticks analysis, even if you don't know how to read price action, if you don't know how to use Fibonacci, once you put the FTI on your chart, the FTI gives you the sentiment on multi-time frames. And the sentiment for swing traders on AMD, bearish on all time frames. So is it the time to go long on AMD? The answer is right in front of you. Downtrend continuation below the 157 area, and this gap at the 153 will get filled. Meta, just doji, no price action whatsoever in the past trading day. We still have this gap to the upside at the 484 area that needs to get filled, which is also the upper border of the yellow zone. The 50% retracement holding strong, but we are inside the yellow zone. The yellow zone is a no trading zone, and for Meta is a no trading zone since beginning of May. Look at this, almost 1 month. We can say it's 1 month already. Sideways move, no trading zone. Breaking above, closing weak above the 486. We can start taking long position. Breaking below the 459, and we are heading back to the 440 and 414. And of course, everything that you see and hear on this video and in general on my channel is for educational purposes only. We are still below this red trend line. Google 0.36% to the upside, slowly grinding up. Let's take Fibonacci a little bit tighter so we can have more support and resistance for price action. We can do it even a bit tighter. The last 21 days, yeah, you can choose the days from the last 8 days to the last 144 days. Depends on the trend and depends on how long you want to hold your position. It all comes down to your risk tolerance. Now breaking above, closing above with an inside candle above the upper border of the yellow zone, above the 173. Now let's see continuation. We are still under a sell signal. Bearish sentiment on the daily. Doesn't mean we need to go short on Google. It just means that since May 23rd, each and every candle that goes by, we have, you can see it, lower highs, lower lows. Now all we need to do is close above the 175.64, and then the bearish will become bullish on Google. Tesla continues to do just nothing. We are inside this triangle. Doji after doji, doji after doji. Look at this. Inside this yellow zone, we are in a no trading zone on Tesla. So make sure you don't trade Tesla. Why? Because there is no trend on Tesla. Breaking below the 172, and in my opinion, the way to the 155 and to close the gap at the 147 is open. Breaking above, let's take Fibonacci to the upside. Breaking above the triangle, breaking above the 183, we are heading towards this gap at the 206, but mixed signals on all time frames from Tesla, which means Tesla is a no-go for now. Amazon with 0.56%, holding above the 173, 174 area, still below the yellow zone, still below the sell signal on the daily and on the weekly. Doesn't mean we need to go short on Amazon. It just means that there is no long for now. breaking below the 173, we can take Fibonacci, the FTI, to the downside below the 173. We will see 169, 162, and then this gap to the downside. And now, new feature in the Fibonacci-Traders stock market recap, the top 5 gainers in the S&P 500. First, we have CCL gained 5.8% to the upside, broke above this downtrend line. Now bullish on 3 out of 4 time frames. We need another daily confirmation above this trend line, and then we are heading towards the 1780 and 1880 to the upside. NCLH with a double bottom scenario, second day in a row breaking above the yellow zone. Now let's see continuation above Tuesday's highs, and we will see 1880 gap to the upside. We can take the FTI a little bit wider, and as you can see, swing high, swing low into the lower border of the yellow zone, long continuation above it, and we are going towards this gap at the 1880 and above it 1934. TMUS, T-Mobile US, gained 2.8% to the upside. As long as TMUS, T-Mobile is above the 171 area, we are good to go long. Look at this consolidation, very long consolidation, 4-5 months of consolidation, break up above, bullish on all time frames, long continuation, and 191 is incoming. RCL, also all the cruises, CCL and CLH. RCL, after several days of consolidation above the upper border of the yellow zone, we got ourselves Monday and Tuesday, both gained 5% to the upside. 5 is a Fibonacci number into a future Fibonacci resistance, long continuation, and we'll see 164 and 174. And of course, we can take trend lines that can show us the way, and the way is up. Also, here you can see, and you can add the middle line for this uptrend channel. Above the middle line, we are heading the 174, the upper border of this uptrend channel. ROL, Rollins Inc., 2.74% to the upside. Now let's see continuation, close the day at the high of the day, long continuation, and we will see 49 and 51 to the upside. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, educational. If yes, like, subscribe. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. Choose your path to financial freedom. Until the next video, stay safe.